Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first weekly vlog in 2 years, a year and a half. I last did some in autumn 2020, so that's over 2 years, isn't it? I think. So welcome back. So I thought I would open this vlog by talking a little bit about why we're even vlogging, how we're back here, and what my plans are for my channel going forward, because I'm planning to change things a little bit. So let's speak about it. So if any of you happen to click on this video and this be the first of mine that you've ever watched, welcome. Really glad you're here. So I'm Kat, and currently I have 2 YouTube channels. I have this one where you're seeing this, which up until now has been exclusively for my planning content in the main, apart from this like one dabble I had in book content for a little while. It's been for planning content. Planning is my main hobby. I've been in the planning community since 2016, so a pretty long time at this point. And I started my YouTube channel back in March 2020. Did I start it as early as that? Yeah, March 2020. So, you know, I'm a YouTube COVID baby. And I've been uploading relatively consistently to the channel ever since. And last year in 2022, I got really into books, and I've always kind of been a reader, but I took a few years off reading, got really back into reading, and decided I really wanted to produce book content. I love making book content, love talking about books. I love listening to people talk about books. I find it endlessly fascinating. So I started a book YouTube channel in summer of 2022. And so I've had it for kind of like 8 months. And I love making both content. As I say, I love book content, but I love planning content as well. And I don't want to have to pick between one of them, because I think that, to be honest, I'm too indecisive and too inconsistent for that. I don't think I could throw all my eggs in one basket. But realistically, if I was going to do that, I'd throw it in the planning basket, because that's where I have the most success on YouTube. I have built up like these 800 amazing people that follow me in the course of these 2.5 years. My book channel is growing significantly slower than that. It's a much more populated market. There's a lot more people making book content. So, but there's probably a lot more people that overall watch it. But I haven't broken that market yet. So I don't want to stop making either set of content, but having 2 channels is quite difficult. It's a lot to upload on one channel and then on the other channel. I don't think I'm particularly consistent. I can get into a rhythm of consistency. So on my planning channel this year, I've been pretty consistent in uploading once a week, every Saturday for 12 weeks. And that's going pretty well. The algorithm likes me a little bit more right now. But if I'm also posting on book content, book videos need my attention at different times of the month. It's hard. It's hard having 2 channels. And ultimately, I don't do this full time. I work in a 9 to 5, but my 9 to 5 is more like 9 to all hours of the evening. A lot of the time I work long hours. I work a job that needs me to travel. I stay overnight, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I can't devote, you know, that much time to it. I have to try and start to make it work for me. I think I've spent a lot of my time, if not all of the time that I've been on YouTube, wanting to get myself into being in the right box based on what other people like. I want to be in the planning box, or I'm going to be in the book box. And I've got to a point where I think, actually, I'm going to make my own box. And if people want to watch the content, they want to watch it. And if they don't, they don't. And I really think this kind of decision making does only come if you've been trying to make content for a little while and you don't have any financial stake in it, because ultimately I'm not monetized on YouTube. So me deciding to change what I want to do and potentially messing up the algorithm has no effect on me day to day. So, you know, I'm not saying anyone could make this, but I do just want to kind of address it, because I do have a lot of people within the planning community who have smaller YouTubes than me, who look up to me and ask me questions about what I think they should do and what they should do on Instagram and things like that. I have the same number of people like some of my posts on Instagram now at 1,700 followers than back when I had like 10 followers. I don't know that much about social media, and because of my job, I don't prioritize it. But I've reached a point where I think that my content is going to be more authentic and more enjoyable for you and for me if I am making content in the way that is going to make sense for me. And I actually think I can be more regular in posting if I post on one channel. I created the separate book channel because I knew that the videos weren't going to get as many views. I had some book content on my planning channel for a little while. I knew it wasn't going to get the same amount of traffic, so I made the book channel, and I love having the book channel. It's just, I don't think right now it's what I need. I think it would be better to just put it back with the planning content, have regular upload days per week, and something goes live, whether it's planning or book content. So that was quite a long explanation as to how we got here, but these are the things that have been going around in my mind for the past few weeks. And on Instagram yesterday, I did a series of polls where some awesome people voted to let me know what they would think about me producing different types of content. If I merged the planning and book content, how do they feel about that? If I was doing weekly vlogs, if I included book content versus not book content, what would they think? Thank you so much if you're one of the people that voted on that, because it's really difficult to get insight into what people do and don't want to see. It's hard to understand what that, you know, sometimes the algorithm just is that way. I have a video on this channel, which is my first ever Hobonichi planner video, and it has nearly 5,000 views. And for like no reason other than it got recommended at the end of somebody else's video who's a much bigger YouTuber. So the algorithm is just like that sometimes, and that's totally fine. As I say, I'm not monetized, I'm just working with it. But I would like to grow from where I am now. And I think consistent posting is the way we're going to do that. But also, these are my hobbies. This YouTube channel is a reflection of me, and I think bringing them together, that's what we're going to try for now. So this video after 6 minutes of filming, let's tell you what this video is going to be, is going to be me getting back into weekly vlogging. So I did 3 weekly vlogs back in like October 2020 when I thought that I was going to become a weekly vlogger. And I very much did not become a weekly vlogger. It was even easier for me to vlog then because I worked from home all the time. I work in London like usually 4 days a week now. So I'm not around that much to vlog. I can't actually really talk about my job on the internet either. And so vlogging comes with challenges for me. So there's been various things that I've had to think about how I'm going to do this, but we're giving it a go. And here we are. This is us giving it a go. I want to talk a little bit about what you can expect from me on my channel over the next however long I can keep this up for. I'm really not somebody who's known for keeping up anything. So please don't hold me to it if I change my mind in the next couple of weeks, which I'm probably going to do. But for now, my hair is having a day. So the plan is that I am going to be aiming to release videos on certain days a week, and I'm still figuring out what days a week those are going to be. And if I could get to a point where it was the same video on the same day every week, that would be great, but I don't want to hold myself to that yet. I think I need to get back more into a rhythm. So my aim will be to post on certain days of the week, and some content will go live. That might be a weekly vlog. That might be a plan with me, because I really want to get back into plan with me's. It might be a book video where I'm either talking about what I read or my TBRs, or I might be talking about this really poor timing for my Dyson heater to decide to switch on. Let me just switch that off so you can actually hear me. Did not want to switch off. So yeah, so it could be one of those. But the idea will be the videos will go live at regular times. And it was really interesting getting the feedback from the poll, because people were pretty happy for me to merge planning and book content. That went pretty well. And in general, my followers seem to be interested in both. I think I attract that kind of person. So that's great. Planning and book content can come under one roof, and we're all good with that. But there's a little bit more of discrepancy between, particularly around weekly vlogs, and the fact that a lot of people would have preferred me to just do weekly vlogs with no book content. And I will see if I can do that, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think my life is that interesting. I just don't think it is. Because I can't talk about my job, I don't run a studio, I don't, you know, like Anna from Planner Faces is my favourite vlogs to watch, because you can get an insight into her daily working life. You're not going to get that from mine, because I can't talk about my job. So that cuts out most of where I spend my week, and then what else do I have to show you? I will definitely do some more cooking with me, because I really enjoyed rewatching myself do cook with me, because back when I was first vlogging was when we first got Gusto, and there's a really cute clip of me where I'm like, I've never made a risotto, and to see how far I've come in that time was very emotional. But yeah, I'm a much better cook now, so I could definitely do cook with me. Very happy to do that. But beyond that, and chatting about my weekend, I don't know how much more I can include. So there probably is going to be reading in the weekly vlogs because that's something I definitely can talk about. So we'll see how it goes. If people really don't like it, maybe we'll take it out, but those are probably going to have to feature, and then I will just feature other parts of my life in there. The other thing I was quite surprised by was I asked about what type of book content people would most like to see, and I gave 4 different options, and the one I thought was going to do best was doing a book journal, which is one of the things I've been thinking about starting, and that wasn't the top choice. Do you not know you're planning people? But apparently you would rather a chatty sit down video with me talking about books than me doing a book journal. So that's really interesting because I just went out and bought a journal for my book journal before I saw the results of that poll. So I probably will try some book journaling videos just to see whether the YouTube algorithm likes them, maybe more, and see if they take off. So I might try some of those, but if not, it's a really easy win for me to go back to like chatty book videos. So that's pretty easy to do. So yeah, so that's just a little bit about where we're at, what I'm thinking, and we'll see what happens. It's really hard to make content to put on the internet, but I really want to invest more time in it. I feel like I'm getting into a better place. The lighter days are here. It's like 6 o'clock and it's not pitch black outside, and this is when I'm able to hopefully give more of my time. So I hope that you will want to see some stuff from me. But if you're watching this and you didn't vote on my Instagram stories, because there's a lot more of you that are on here than voted in those stories, please let me know down below what you want to see, what you think about this, how you feel about me merging content and stuff. Ultimately, there is no point me making this content if none of you want to watch it. So whilst I don't anymore want to make content that's just for other people, and part of these decisions are about me making content I want to make, people do need to watch it for it to be worthwhile. Otherwise, it's just kind of a video diary of my life, which is maybe interesting, but kind of not. So if you can let me know down below what you want to see, I would love that. But otherwise, welcome to this week's weekly vlog. It is Monday at 6ish, as I said, and my work day's been pretty good today. So I've been working from home. As you can tell, I'm wearing workout clothes. I don't plan to do a workout today. I really should, but I don't think I'm going to. But I like to wear workout clothes in the hope that I may just get on the spin bike. I love how we've just had this empty box. We got a new bin recently, and the box is just chilling in the whole back. It's got more of this shot than like anything else. So, you know, enjoy the books, try not to look at the bin box. Anyway, the day's been pretty good. My day's been relatively chill. I don't have many of those. It was quite nice. But we have something really exciting to unbox in this video. And this is a very fun way to come back to a weekly vlog. So obviously I've talked a lot about, and it does all tie in. Clearly I'm thinking about these things. So I've been thinking a lot about my channel and what I want to do. And I have, you know, I don't have the biggest channel in the world by any means, but I never believed that over 800 people would want to watch anything I had to say on the internet. And I'm incredibly grateful for all of you. I have built my channel entirely on my phone. I film on my phone, I edit on my phone, I upload on my phone. The odd thing that I do is I will do the final elements of my thumbnails in Canva on the laptop because it's a bit easier than on the phone. But even then, in order to replace the image in the Canva thumbnail, I still do that on my phone because I can't even figure out how to do it on the laptop. So pretty much everything I do on my channel for the last 2.5 years has been done on my phone. And it was really cool kind of speaking to my fiance Stuart about this, because he was like, think how much you've achieved just doing this channel on your phone. Like, it's pretty cool. And I do have videos on my channel where I've spoken about starting a channel and my advice for that, and the fact that like you can absolutely do this on your phone. Like you can definitely make content on your phone. But I wanted to grow it a little bit more. And I think having been on the platform for 2.5 years, we reach a point where I'm maxing out what I can do just on my phone. So editing is one of the things that I can do very basically on my phone. I use the iMovie app on my iPhone and I can do really basic cuts. What I can't do is insert B-roll. I can't put up little images of books when I'm talking about them if I don't have the physical book to hand. And I felt like this was starting to stop me being able to produce even a slightly better level of content than exists on my channel now. So Stuart and I talked about it at length and we debated it for several weeks, but we've decided it was time to upgrow, to upskill well, basically to update my technology. That's really what we were trying to do. How much I upskill from here is on me, but we needed to give me the technology to be able to do that. And we have a laptop. It's like Stuart's 10-year-old or 8-year-old Dell laptop, and it started getting really slow. And so we wanted to look at getting something else. And the thing that I have wanted most for so many years is a MacBook. And I've like always wanted one. I actually bought, it's somewhere over there, but I bought a laptop because I couldn't afford a MacBook. I bought a laptop probably 6 or 7 years ago that looked like a MacBook because like it's like a Dell or a HP or something, and it's so much bigger than a MacBook. But I bought it because it looked swish like a MacBook, and I wanted to pretend I have one. And the laptop was terrible and it was so slow and I never use it. But Stuart and I talked about it, and we realised that I actually get student discount. I'm not a student, but I work in education. Sometimes you get a discount. So I got a MacBook. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I am very aware that not everybody can afford to get something like this. And I could have just upgraded to a laptop or something. Stuart and I went on this halves, so we half own it each. But I have been saving a lot of money for a big purchase like this, and we finally decided to do it. We debated long and hard about what we were going to do. I watched so many YouTube videos, thank goodness for YouTube, about what I would buy. And I spoke to Anna, who has a Mac for work, and like, you know, we talked a lot about this stuff and what I would do. And ultimately, a MacBook they are very expensive, but they are designed to last. And also the student discount that I got was well worth it for me because it includes Final Cut Pro, which is a pretty expensive editing software. And I know there's free editing software out there that I could absolutely use, but I got it included, as well as like Logic Pro and other things I won't use. But Final Pro is included as part of the student discount that I get. So I was like, I kind of feel like I may as well take advantage of this while I have this option now. If I ever change jobs or something like that, I may not have the option to buy this right now. So we decided to go for it. And based on the discount and kind of what we could get, we decided to get the new, this is like a terrible angle of me, we decided to get the new MacBook Pro with the M2 chip. I'm so excited. So I have never had a Mac, so I know not really much about how to use them. I know everything's going to be in like the wrong places and stuff like that. So it's going to take me several weeks, I think, to get up to date with this. And it's so funny because Stuart keeps being like, oh, you can like edit this, you could like do this on your Mac. I'm like, I'm going from editing on iMovie on my phone, which is the most basic editing in the entire world, to have to learn Final Cut Pro. It's like opposite ends of the spectrum. But I know there's loads of YouTube tutorials, Skillshare classes, stuff like that. So I will learn Final Cut Pro, but it's going to take some time. But we have it. It's here. It's in my hands. So I'll take it out of the box and show you. But we haven't even opened the lid. You know, I really need to not drop this. We wanted to show you it first before we go ahead and do all the uploading and stuff like that. We wanted to show you it all. But yeah, I haven't even switched it on because I think we'll probably spend the rest of the evening setting it up. But I wanted to just do this little clip so that you could see it. I'm so happy. So I went for it in silver because you could only get this one in 2 colours. It was in silver or in space grey. And I went for silver because I've never had a MacBook before. And this is like, to me, this is like a quintessential MacBook. And the reason we went for the Pro over the Air, I actually was going to get an Air. But the reason that we went for the Pro was because the number of ports on the Air is really minimal. They have like 1 USB-C, and my setup, which you're currently in front of, but my work setup has a laptop, my work laptop, and then it plugs into 2 screens. And the MacBook Air, you can only plug it into 1 screen. And I was like, I'm so used to having, I like working off 3 screens. I can't go down to 2. And the idea is that, you know, I want to be able to make my channel move forward. I'm trying to kind of, this purchase will set me up for any future decisions that I make about my career. And I can't be limited by the fact I can only use 2 screens. Like, I'm so used to 3 screens. I've used 3 screens for 4 or 5 years. I just don't know how I would go back to using just 2. So I think we made the right decision. Yeah, we watched a lot of videos and things like that. So yeah, it's not as light as the Air is the only thing. Like, it is quite heavy, but not, last year it was like, that's not heavy. But my work laptop is quite small. This probably isn't much heavier than my work laptop, I wouldn't think. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy. So we are going to spend our evening setting this up. I don't think we're doing any cooking today, and if we are, it's probably a meal for Stuart. But if we are cooking, I'll film it, but I don't think we are. So I'll probably just get some B-roll of me setting up the MacBook. Fabulous people, it's Wednesday now. I did do an update for the vlog yesterday, but I wasn't having a good day, and so to be honest, it got a little bit ranty and rambly, and I just decided that that wasn't the vibe that I wanted to give in this vlog. So I'm just gonna cut that and I'm gonna let you know what happened yesterday. So after I turned off the vlog on Monday, I basically just spent the evening like playing with the MacBook. I didn't do masses with it. Stuart keeps being like, start editing in Final Cut Pro, and I'm like, I don't have anything to edit, but also that's a lot to learn. It's going to take me a while. So kind of just was like doing normal things. I was like, just iMessaging my parents to like test out typing. Love the keyboard on a MacBook. But anyway, yesterday, so generally I was feeling pretty good yesterday. Mood was pretty good, which is kind of rare for me these days. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm feeling, things are good. But I'd agreed last week, when I had a really not very good week, to cut a long story short, I was having chest pains, called 111, ended up in urgent care. My heart is fine, but it kind of made me realise that I think that my anxiety is manifesting in more physical ways than how it has done previously. And so I needed to get a bit of help with that. So Stuart and I had agreed that I would go through a mental health assessment to try and get some external help. And so even though I felt fine yesterday, I was like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and do it. And it felt a bit weird to kind of go ahead and have an assessment when you're like, well, right now I feel fine, even though 90% of the time I don't feel fine. But I went ahead with the assessment, and I had to wait on hold for like half an hour to speak to the health insurance people. But then once I got through to them, it was like very quick succession. They were like, do you want to have your assessment at 1? This was like 12:30, and I was like, okay. So I had the assessment with a mental health nurse, and that was really good. And, we had a chat about some stuff, and basically he recommended that I have CBT, which is what I was expecting to be told that I would need to have, and I'm really interested in having CBT, so like I'm happy with this as an outcome. So I was feeling like pretty good. I was proud of myself. I really hate speaking on the phone. It's one of the things that adds to my anxiety, and I was like, no, that I'm doing really well. And then something got picked up at work that I can't really talk about my job in these vlogs, but basically there was a mistake that I've made, and it is a semi-public mistake to an extent, and I just took it really badly. And so a lot of me in the clip that I'm not going to include from yesterday is like, it's not so great. And I was just very upset about it. I was upset with the way that some people reacted about it at work. And I hadn't eaten lunch. I ate my lunch at like 3:30, because straight after the assessment I went into a presentation that I had to do online, and it was one of those, I don't know if you've ever presented online, but it's something I've done relatively often in my job, particularly during COVID. So it doesn't faze me. I present all the time as part of my job. It's a skill that's just there. But the person I was presenting for took control of the slides, and I had to be like, next slide please, next slide please, and I don't like doing that. So yeah, and then they cut off 2 of my slides without telling me in advance they were going to do that, so it ended really abruptly, and I was like, oh okay. And because I had my actual slides like open on one of my other screens, I was like, this whole thing is just bizarre. So anyway, yeah, yesterday wasn't great, and I've been having migraines recently, and my head was just like squeezing in on itself. It was just horrible, and I was just generally very upset. But it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. So yeah, it's a new day, and today at work was fine. And I left work a couple of hours early. I took some time off in lieu, so that's like a thing that I get as part of my job. So I took a couple of hours off, so it's now 10 to 5. It doesn't really feel like that much earlier than if I just waited for Stuart. But anyway,
he often finishes later than me, so I was like, no, it's fine, I'm just gonna come home while it's still light. And I thought, you know, I would film a bit of a vlog clip while we're here, so that's fun. So I'm actually, before I talk about something else, which is what I was gonna do in this clip, I have like 4 pieces of post. And, you know, something I see a lot of people do in vlogs is, you know, unboxings of their posts. So I thought, I can do that because like 4 pieces of post came while I was out. So that's really exciting. So we're gonna open the post together. I think, know what some of it is, but we'll see. So first up, I'm pretty sure this is a birthday card for my friend. I don't know, I think this will go up after her birthday, so I think it's fine for me to include it. But this is a birthday card for my friend Sarah, and I got this from Twist Stationery on Etsy. I get quite a lot of my cards from them. I think they're really good. They post very quickly. I do like to, wherever possible, buy my cards from Etsy. So, you know, I like to support a small business. But yeah, I just thought that was so cute, and I just think it's kind of like funky, and she'll like it. So that's what that is. Which means, okay, that's really exciting post. So I'm going to come back. Not that any of the rest of this is not exciting post. It is actually all exciting post, but that kind of leads into something else. So, so next up we have a Waterstones parcel, and I am pretty sure this is Lunar Love, which I bought on a whim. One person recommended it. I think it was like Biblioblog on Instagram. I really like their Instagram account, and I think it was probably them that recommended it. And it was at a time when, if you don't know this about my personality, I am someone who I go through phases with things, and I'll be really into something and then really not into something, and it's like a very frustrating part of my personality. But book buying was the thing for like the last 6 months, and I've managed not to buy anything. I don't know if I've bought anything this month. I'm kind of looking at my secondary bookshelves. Those are my beautiful rainbow ones, but I have here on these bookshelves, I have the books I still need to haul. And you know, it's fine, but I have massively slowed down. We're good. Sometimes I just have to ride the wave and then we get through it. So this is Lunar Love by Lauren Kung Jessen. And yeah, I saw this one recommended on this Instagram shop. So I'm just going to read the blurb because I have no idea what this book is about. So always a matchmaker, never a match. Olivia Huang Christensen is excited / terrified to be taking over her grandmother's matchmaking business. But when she learns that a new dating app has made her Popo's traditional Chinese zodiac approach all about animal attraction, her emotions skew more towards furious / outraged. There's a lot of slash written in here. Especially when LA's most eligible bachelor, Bennett O'Brien, is behind the app that could destroy her family's legacy. Liv knows better than to fall for any guy, let alone an infuriatingly handsome one, okay, it's enemies to lovers, who believes that traditions are meant to be broken. As the two businesses go head to head, Bennett and Liv make a deal. They'll find a match for each other, and whoever falls in love loses. But Liv is dealing with someone who's already adept at stealing business ideas, so what's stopping him from stealing her heart too? Okay, interesting. We will see. Enemies to lovers is not my favorite trope. Like the hating game, what are you guys all on? I don't know, but it's not for me. This cover is the smoothest thing I've ever felt. I love that. So floppy. That's gonna be so much fun to read. Absolutely beautiful cover. So we're gonna put that on the list of things that need to be hauled. I actually was thinking about doing a haul today because right now I don't look terrible. Like I often don't have makeup on, and then I kind of like, do I want to put makeup on just to film a video? I actually don't often put on makeup to film videos, like even book videos, even if it's a sit down, I'm like, I'm not actually going to put makeup on to film this video. You can just have my real life no makeup glasses look. But yeah, but I have this new dress. I don't know what we think of it. If you could let me know, that would be great. I like the fit, like it comes in really nicely at the waist, but I'm not someone who really wears like button up dresses, typically, to be honest, because they don't fit me very well. Like if you're a big chested person, you'll understand. So I typically don't wear this kind of thing, but it's not popping open, which is good. But I don't know why, looking in the camera now, I don't know that I like it, but I felt really cute all day. So I don't know. So if you can let me know, my hair is also doing the same thing. But yeah, I thought about filming a haul, but then I think there's other things I need to use this time for. Like I don't urgently need to post a haul. So we'll see what wins out. But I was like, I shouldn't waste the no makeup. Anyway, so that's my book dilemma. So I'll have to figure that out at the end of this vlog clip. A giant bright yellow envelope than Stackry. So let me just grab some scissors to open this because I do not want to destroy the stickers. So, little bit of explanation, as this is the first time I will have ever spoken about this in a vlog. So, as you can hear from my accent, I am based in the UK, and I really like to buy from American shops. It's something I'm slowing down with these days. I have got a bit better about it, but I do buy from American shops, particularly Scribble Prints Co., which is a planner shop, because they have they get a lot of exclusive art. Andrea commissions a lot of art you can't get anywhere else. If I can buy something in the UK, I'll buy it in the UK. But there are, you know, there are kits that you can only get in the US. And so I do like to buy some of those. Again, it's one of those things I really went through phases with. I've managed to slow down on it. But anyway, I use Stackry to have those shipped to me. So basically, I have an account with Stackry. I have an address with them, and I ship my US mail to Stackry. They store it there for free for up to 45 days, and then you combine as many of the packages as you want to, and then they will combine them for a fee and then ship them to you at the UK. The reason that I do this is shipping from the US to the UK is super expensive, and so this way helps me to save on postage because I'm only paying US shipping to Stackry, and then I'm only paying for it once to be shipped here. So in terms of general costs of that, like some people have asked me before, I've spoken a lot about Stackry on my planning channel before, but people will sort of say to me, oh, you know, does it save you money? No, it adds money, because if I only shop from the UK, that would be significantly cheaper. But if you're going to order a lot from US shops, shipping from the US is expensive, and you hit customs pretty quickly. So customs limit into the UK is £135. So what I do with Stackry is I ship my packages that are worth under £135 collectively, so that I don't get extra custom fees that come into the UK. But you do pay $16 to $17 to have it shipped from Stackry to here, depending on what you have. I only ever really have stickers. So in general, it costs me about €17. $17. And then you do also have to pay $2 per package that they combine. So, you know, it's not like, it isn't cheap. I would only do it if you have these, if you have the excess funds, and also if there's stuff you really want, if you can get it from somewhere else, do. Now, I've been a fan of Stackry for a long time. I've been using Stackry since like Christmas 2020, I guess. And I've been very active on the channel in talking about Stackry. And unfortunately, I feel like I do have to undo some of that. And well, not undo, but I have to sort of update you on my current feelings about Stackry. So Stackry have, in the last sort of 6 months or so, lost a number of my packages. There was a package, which is so frustrating because it was kits that you can't get from SPC anymore. They were like kits I bought in the buy sell trade, which I'd wanted for ages and finally found. And then, you know, I am somebody who doesn't take very good tracking of what's coming from the different places I'm ordering, whether it's from a shop or whether it's from buy sell trade is the worst. That's really hard to keep track of. And I don't write those down. And so I'm relying on it turning up at Stackry. And in 2 years of being with Stackry, I'd never had any problems. But this was the first package that basically they couldn't match it to my locker at Stackry. And they, because I didn't message them within 3 months to ask them to find it, they destroyed it. So that was the first thing, was pretty devastated about that. But I recognised that, okay, admittedly, I didn't contact them. I took sort of 5 months to contact them. I guess that's on me, but I just never had anything that hadn't gone to my locker before. And then I had an order from Rose Coloured Days of some washi tapes. And again, the same thing happened. I got an email from Rose Coloured Days because it was from a shop. You got more tracking updates. I got an email from them saying it's arrived. And then I realised Stackry hadn't sent me an email to say I had a new package in my locker. So I contacted them and they said, oh yeah, we couldn't locate it, that you are who you say you are. I'm like, how? It's a Shopify. Like, they're just printing the sticker label as I entered it. Anyway, so they were like, yeah, okay, that's fine. We've put it in your locker. And then I had my last Stackry shipment a few months ago, I had shipped to me, and I opened it and I was like, my Rose Coloured Days stuff isn't here. That's really weird. Like, that would have been the longest waiting in my locker. So I then chose to have my next stuff combined again, and it said that there was only one package, and I was like, how can there be one package? And the Rose Coloured Days package was just left in the locker. So I then reached out to them and they said that they couldn't find my Rose Coloured Days package, and this rarely happens. I'm like, well, it's happened to me twice. And what's more annoying with this one is, at least with the other one, they were like, you know, we had it but threw it out. But with the Rose Coloured Days one, when I contacted them when it was missing, they said they found it and put it in the locker. And I was like, well, you haven't, have you? Like, you're the ones that told me you found it and put it in my locker. So they reimbursed me. It wasn't a big order. They reimbursed me for that. But I'm just, so, you know, ultimately that situation was resolved. But I just feel really wary about recommending Stackry anymore because I just, you know, they haven't been great for me. So I need to sort of see how I feel about whether I'm going to recommend Stackry going forward. I think I need a bit more time to just like settle and see what, you know, how they're going to be. I do always have a Stackry referral link in the description, but I don't feel right with you guys using it right now. And you know, so many of you have referred yourselves to Stackry because of me. And I did have to say this to Stackry, like I'm not like I'm a big influencer at all, but I did pull the, like, I have referred a lot of people to you. And I'm going to have to feel like I'm going to have to like make some big statement on the internet about how I feel about your company. And I didn't go ahead and make an individual video for it, but here's my thoughts in this vlog where I can be a little bit more candid. So yeah, those are my updates on Stackry. I hope that if any of you are using Stackry, you don't have the issues. But honestly, the main thing I can say to you is just make sure you're being really on it, that you know what you have ordered and what should be turning up there so that you can contact them if it doesn't turn up in your locker. Because I just think they've got new staff there who are not getting it to the lockers in the same way. Rant over.
Hello vlog, Editing Cat here. I have decided to cut out showing what I got in this Stackry package because this vlog is quite long already. With the current clip as it sits in here, this vlog is an hour, and ultimately I'm going to show the 2 items that I got again in a planner sticker haul. So I've decided I'm not going to show them, and you're going to have to wait for my next sticker haul to see what I got. Sorry to do this, given that you've just sat through like a multi-minute Stackry rant, but I wanted to leave it in because I don't really want to have to repeat myself with that, but I don't want to duplicate stuff on my channel. Hope you don't mind.
The last bit of mail, I've been filming this clip for so long. I feel like the issue with me and vlogging is that we're going to go on for a while. So I hope that you're here for like movie length vlogs. But I mentioned in the first clip of this video that I'm thinking about starting a book journal because I've been thinking about how I'm going to merge my book and planner content together, and a journal seems a really good way for me to do that. Let me show you the book journal that I went for. So I was pretty limited. So, you know, a lot of people on the videos that I watch are in the US. They're primarily using Archer and Olive. What I found out yesterday is that Archer and Olive they're stopping using UK stockists. And so I don't know if they do ship from the US, but we get into the whole, how do I fund that? I would have to send it through Stackry, which I could definitely do. But anyway, that would have all taken too long because I would like to start using this from April because, you know, I'm already a quarter behind. So I ended up having a look at what I could get my hands on, and I ended up getting a Yop and Tom planner, which are very similar in aesthetic to an Archer and Olive, but they are like vegan leather rather than the material of an Archer and Olive. I think my Archer and Olive is over the other side of the room, so I won't go get it. I do have a blackout one, but yeah, they're like a material, whereas this one is like a vegan leather, which I ultimately probably prefer. The issue that I have with this, and actually in this light it doesn't look so bad, but basically the picture of it from the place I bought it from is much more like bubblegum pink. So this is definitely bubblegum pink, right? This strap. But the cover was also like bubblegum pink. And that's what I wanted. I decided that's what I want. I want a pink journal. Love it. I've never had a pink journal. I would absolutely love to have one. But in this light, it doesn't look so bad. So it might have been the fact that I opened it in the living room yesterday. So this came yesterday, and I guess the light's more yellow. But it's maybe something to be aware of if you get one. But in that light, the planner looked like ballet slipper pink, and I was like, I don't want ballet slipper pink, I want bubblegum pink. But in this light, in the white light of the conservatory, it does actually look more bubblegum pink, so I'm actually much happier with it. And it's got this rose gold moon on it as well, so really cute. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the inside, it's a dot grid, but it's got 4 marks, and then it's got the square in the middle, so I'll have to see how that goes in terms of spreads. But also my main issue is that I don't think you can tell it that well, but the dots are quite a dark grey / black. And then I have a Scribbles That Matter journal. It's like right over there. I don't know if I can be bothered to stand up and move the like 2 steps to pick it up for you. Can't be a good content creator. Go get the journal. Oh! So I just knocked my keyboard on the ground. That's what I get for not leaning into the laziness. Anyway, I have a Scribbles That Matter. And I could have used this for the journal, but I've used like the first like 10 pages or so. And I don't like the aesthetic of the grey. But this one, I don't think you can tell in this light, but it's so that wasn't even worth it. But the the grey is much lighter, which I much prefer. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but we'll see how I get on with it. You know, I'm excited. So this is in A5 size, which I thought would be a good size for this kind of thing. So my other post, I'm just going to ignore that my keyboard is on the ground. So I ordered some stuff for my book journal. Oh, that's really cute. So this is from Thumbelina Print, and it is basically some stuff for my book journal. Oh, so I've got some April freebies, like an April mini calendar and a little April. Then we've got a business card. And this is the over £25 freebie, which are some cute flowers. So that tells you how much I spent. But anyway, so these are exclusively for my book journal. But basically, I wanted to get some stickers that I could use for like the month pages. And I think these are stunning. They're basically Thumbelina Print. I have some stuff from her that I bought in a D-stash back when I very first started planning. But I've not really seen her shop otherwise. Or their shop, sorry. I shouldn't assume. Their shop. And I just really love these. Basically, they make a lot of stickers for bullet journals. And don't you think this is just gorgeous? It's so pretty. So these are stickers. So I'll make my cover page using these stickers. And I wanted to make my reading journal as low, I don't mean effort. But I don't mean that in like I want to make lazy content for you. What I mean is I want to make content that I can keep up with, that is accessible for other people to recreate if they choose to. Because something I'm very not about doing on this channel is making something that other people couldn't recreate. I mean, I'm not creative enough to do that, but also I just don't really want to. So let me show you. So we've got January, February. This is hard to do at this angle. March, April, cute pinks. May, love the colour combo of that one. And I will go back and do the months I've missed already. So I will do those as part of a video. June, July, my birthday month. So we've got some red flowers there. My birthstone is ruby, so that makes sense. August, which I think is really cute, very summery. September, October. Don't we just love the spooky vibes? One of my favourite reading months, October. November, and I don't even read horror. November and December. Very cute, like poinsettias. So those are the months. And then I also picked up this one, which is like, I'm going to use for the title page, I think. Like I'll write 2023. Here are we in. And then they also do stickers for the like build your own bookshelf. So a lot of people just draw these in, but I wasn't sure that I could actually draw it in. I'm not particularly that talented. So these are like build your own bookshelves. So I got one page, I think, which is the sort of main bookshelf. And then I got 3, which are like bookshelf extensions, because I think I counted that there was like 25 books on a sheet, and I'm aiming to read 100 this year. I'm on track for that at this second, but I have not finished a book in a few days, and I haven't really read in a few days. And I'm worried, like I'm on track right now. I've hit 25 books. If I don't read anything else in the rest of March, it would be fine. I've hit my 25 for the quarter, but I need to stay ahead so I don't fall behind. So I think I'm in a reading slump and don't want to acknowledge it. But anyway, that's so cute. So yeah, really excited about that. So basically now what I have to decide is whether I want to film start setting up my reading journal now, because this is what I was waiting on. So ultimately I can start my reading journal, and I feel like that would probably be smart, but the light, I'm losing the light because it's like, you know, 5:17 now, and this is obviously going to take me some time. I need to draw some stuff out. By the time I've drawn it all out, I'm going to have lost the light. So I don't know whether I should film the book haul now, because I probably have enough light for that, and then spend the evening like drawing out in pencil what I want to do. And then at the weekend, I'm working Saturday and Sunday this week, but on Sunday I don't have to be at work till 5, so I could film the reading journal then. I don't know that I massively want to do that, but that's maybe what I will do. I feel like I'm gonna be too indecisive about the book journal to sit here and do it now, and I haven't like thought about what pages I'm gonna do and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. But first up, I should probably clean up the conservatory after destroying it. Thank you for joining me for this 30-minute clip. I need to try and get shorter. I am someone that talks excessively. I'll repeat myself as well. So I will try and get better at that. But I hope that you enjoyed it anyway. I hope you enjoyed opening some posts with me. And I think I'm cooking dinner today, so I will try and film me cooking dinner then. Catch you later.
So it is time for dinner. I was gonna open this vlog clip with guess who's back, and now I've just got guess who's back. Oh,
Anyway, so I think I've lost it today, but I am going to be making some dinner. So I think I spoke about this in my opening clip, but Monday feels a long time ago. But we have got Gusto nearly every week for the last 2 years, nearly 3 years. And it has taught me to cook. I honestly couldn't cook before, and I don't mean that as an exaggeration. I could like put food in the oven, but I couldn't make anything using ingredients. I could bake cakes, like cupcakes, and that was it. So I have very much learned to cook through Gusto. I'm a real advocate of Gusto. So I will have a link in the description to our Gusto referral code, just in case you want to check it out. It's absolutely no obligation. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I do get some credit as part of you going for that, but you know, I just put it in there in case you want to try it. But I really just want to share this to kind of prove that, like, if you do put your mind to something, I find it really hard to recognize how far I've come for some things, but this was an example of putting my mind at something and managing to achieve. So today I'm going to be making smoky chili con carne with rice, but I don't like kidney beans, so I won't be including those, and I don't like spicy food, so I won't be including any of the chili flakes, and I'll probably just do half of the ground cumin. So basically I'm just making beef and rice, which as far as I'm concerned is like peak dinner, but this one is only a 10-minute one, which is great. I think the rice is like packet rice. They have a whole different range of recipes. They have like easier stuff, they have more complicated stuff. I've cooked things that take like over an hour, but a lot of them are much quicker than that, and this is a particularly short one. I'm just gonna let the camera play while I'm doing that, and I'll just fast forward through it. I'm gonna watch some YouTube while I do this. I have no idea what I'm gonna put on. I haven't figured that out. I'll show you when I've worked it out, but let's get cooking. Hi vlog, it is unattractive hotel light time. It is Sunday at like 11 o'clock at night. I last checked in with the vlog Friday, Thursday probably. So what have I done since then? Not a ton, not a ton. Worked mostly. Friday night I went to bed pretty early because I had to get up. I ended up getting like the early train into work on Saturday to make sure I was there on time. Good thing I did, because mine, like the train I was going to get would have been cancelled. So I was at work by like 7:10. And then we worked until 4, and then went for drinks. And work drinks are always a weird thing, because I want to try, you know, I used to be a bit weird about work drinks, but I've got a lot better. Like I like to go and I like to see people, and it's a good opportunity to sort of catch up with people. I'm a lot more confident at work now than I used to be ultimately, but I don't drink alcohol. So there always comes a point where I'm like more tired than everyone else, because I'm not kind of, you know, relying on alcohol to see me through. But I'm getting to a point now where like I don't like to leave too early, because I don't like to get FOMO. But this time I stayed till like 9, and I think that was a bit of a mistake. I just think I like outstayed to the point where there weren't that many people left, and the people that were left were pretty smashed, and I'd reached a point where I kind of remind myself why I don't drink. So yeah, I then left, and I was hoping to get a Nando's to pick up to eat on the train home, forgetting that the Nando's near work, because it's like a corporate area, wasn't open on a weekend. So I also like hadn't been to the toilet before I left, because I was like, I'll go Nando's while they're making my food. So anyway, so yeah, I ended up having to eat like at like 10:30, and then falling asleep on the sofa, and then I didn't really forget the clocks went back, but I didn't sleep any better. I very much felt like I lost that hour of sleep. And then I edited all morning. I did editing on my MacBook, but I didn't use Final Cut Pro. I tried, but none of the buttons are like what you think they're going to be, and I just sat there and cried. So I used iMovie on the MacBook, but I was so much slower than if I just done it on my phone. And Stuart and Anna have both been like, you'll get there, like, you know, you were never that quick on your phone originally, so I know it's better. I don't like not being good at things straight away. So yeah, that was a bit frustrating. And then we had some lunch, and then I packed, and then I left. I feel like I haven't really had a day. We had to go set up for this event, and now I'm in my hotel. So I'm gonna close out this vlog here. And then I may do another one next week because I'm only working a 4-day work week. And then I think Friday and Saturday I'm quite free, and it would be good if I could do a bit more reading because I did read some of Jade Legacy today. That's like, I really haven't read this week. Like, if I do vlogs in the future, they probably will contain a fair amount of reading just to manage your expectations, just because I find that a bit easier to vlog about than my day-to-day life. But I really haven't read much this week, so I feel like my wrap up for March is going to be quite easy to film. There's not a lot of books to talk about. But yeah, let me tell you what page of Jade Legacy I'm on. I'm on page 144 of Jade Legacy by Fondly, which is the third book in the Greenbone saga. And I've like stopped reading mid-chapter when something pretty horrible is about to happen, which is kind of common in that book series. But yeah, so I will have to pick that up again tomorrow. There's no bath at this hotel, so I do think when I get back I will have to work for a bit, but I'm hoping I won't have a ton of emails and then I can just lie on the bed and read, but annoyingly not in the bath, which is a shame. But anyway, so as I said, I'm going to close out this vlog here, and we'll see if I can make this a more regular occurrence. I always feel like I have good intentions with vlogs, and I was thinking on the train today and I was like, I don't want to vlog. So I don't know whether this will be a regular thing, whether it's just something I'll do as and when, which I think is more likely. I don't want to sort of put the pressure on myself that I'm going to vlog every week, because I don't necessarily want to. So, but thank you for watching this one. And if you did enjoy it, I would really like to know, because it would really help me with sort of knowing what I do from here. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, please do comment down below and let me know, and let me know what you would like to see in future. If you did enjoy this video, I would also massively appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out, particularly while I'm going through this weird figuring out my life when it comes to my YouTube channel. In the description, I'll have links to various things such as my Instagram, referral codes, links to favourite shops, all that kind of stuff will be down below. So do feel free to check that out as well. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.